What's croppin' farmers and what's poppin' boys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. Your douchey rich cousin will find a way to ruin your day like he did to me yesterday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, let's pass the vibe check. Anyways, guys, what's going on? A couple months ago, I told a story about how my douchey rich cousin basically ruined Christmas, and that's still valid for sure. He's just on a streak this year of just ruining holidays, I guess. Cause yesterday he somehow managed to ruin my Easter even though I wasn't even with the dude. I'm supposed to be quarantined away from everybody, and he still managed to find a way to ruin a holiday. So good for him, man. He's really on a streak. Regardless though, my cousin is from a douchey rich family. He's never been told no in his life. He has a massive problem hearing anything other than yes. Like one time our other little cousins got iPods and he ended up stealing from them on Christmas. He's just not a very good person. And because his parents have never told him no, his sense of entitlement has never gone anywhere. And he's like around the same age I am. He's a whole adult now. And being a spoiled brat stops being cute after, like, I don't know, when you learn how to talk. Once you can learn how to talk and can say stupid stuff, being a spoiled brat is not cute. And he's gone well past that stage, alright? Everything out of his mouth might sound terrible, but he's still talking. And usually on Easter, we get together with the extended family at my grandma's house, and she does this really cool Easter egg hunt where all the little cousins get to run around and get candy, and it's a good time. And usually she gives the older kids some money. It's like not a lot usually. I think last year she gave every kid over the age of 14 like $10, but it's super sweet and my grandma has a big heart. It's not any reason anybody goes to Easter. Like nobody's ever super hyped to wake up in the morning at 8 a.m. and go to grandma's for $10, but it makes her feel better to give it to us, and the family has a great time, and it, like, you know, it's just something that happens at Easter. Except this year, my grandma, who's an old lady, really can't be around people because this coronavirus is going around the planet taking out boomers like a Clorox wet wipe. So I do live near my grandma that I usually spend Easter with. She's like 2 blocks away. I haven't seen her in a few weeks. I did teach her how to FaceTime a little bit so I can like check up on her, but I haven't wanted to go see her because I've been sick, and the last thing I want to do is be responsible for giving grandma corona, right? I didn't know what I had, so better not risk it. You don't want to be the dude at the funeral who's like, okay, I might have accidentally been responsible here, but let's just bond. It's not going to work out very well. But regardless, I kind of live near her, and I get a call at like 1 p.m. yesterday, and it's my grandma. And I answer it. I'm like, hey. And she says, hi, will you come here? Your cousin's here, and he won't leave. He says that I owe him his Easter money, but I don't have any, and he won't leave. He's standing at the door. He's trying to get in. Like, he's in the backyard now checking all the windows. Can you come get him to leave? And I was in like the middle of a nap, so I sleepily respond like, wait, sure. So I go over to my grandma's house not really knowing what to expect to find. It's not every day you get woken up from a nap from your grandma in quarantine saying that your cousin is trying to break into the house for $10. But hey, I had nothing else going on Easter, and it's supposed to be about family or whatever, so I guess I gotta go stop a grandma break-in, because some people just never learn not to rob your grandma, I guess. I didn't realize that was a life lesson that my cousin needed to learn. So I like walk down there. Like I said, it's like 2 blocks. I get over there, and sure enough, my cousin is banging on the door saying, let me in, I want to see you. And I walk up, I'm like, dude, what is going on? And he basically says, oh, hey, Ryan, you know how we usually get money for Easter? And I'm like, yeah. And he says, well, since no one's coming over for Easter, I just figured that she would give me what everybody normally gets. And I'm like, what makes you think that? Easter is canceled, so you get everyone's money? That's just the default? And he's like, yeah, but now she won't let me in to get it. She says she doesn't have the money, but I know she has it in there. So I guess I can understand the confusion, but I tell him, look, you're scaring grandma. Can you please relax and not try to break into her house? And he's like, well, you know, it is my God-given right to get that Easter money. I'm like, yeah, not really. That's not how Easter money works. Most people don't get any Easter money. In fact, most people, once they get too old to look for Easter eggs, don't get anything. So how about you chill? And he's like, well, I mean, you usually get it too. I'm willing to split it with you. As if, you know, he's just going to blackmail me. All of a sudden, I'm going to come up and be like, whoa, 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 you're going to split this money with me? In that case, and like pull out a crowbar and start trying to break into my grandma's house. Shockingly, I don't need the $10 that my grandma gives me for Easter, like, badly enough to break into her house. Is it nice? Sure. Will it pay for Taco Bell? Sure. Am I gonna terrify my grandmother by making her think her home's being invaded? Nah. Alright, that might be where I'm drawing the line personally, but I guess that's just my personal morals, and the rest of my family doesn't care at all, because when I said no, he went, well, I'm getting in either way, so you might as well just go home. And I'm like, dog, I'm not gonna let you break into grandma's house. So he goes back to like banging on the door, and the door comes open and the screen door is locked. And my grandma's to me there, she's like, you need to go home. I don't have any money for you. And he starts screaming at her about how she's the worst grandma ever and all he wants is his Easter money. And she's like saying really mean things. And I'm not a fan of people being mean to my grandma. So like I go up to him and I grab him from behind. I put my arms under his shoulder and I like try to pull him backwards away from the door, kind of more towards the driveway. And I guess at this point he'd worked up his adrenaline from trying to break into his own grandma's house, because what happens next is my cousin pulls a 180 as if he's a skater going down a stair set and like tries to swing on me. And here's the thing. Most of the family on this grandma's side is pretty short. Like my dad's side of the family isn't super tall. My mom's side is tall. Like that's where my height comes from. So my cousin, even though he's around the same age, doesn't really understand logic in the fact that he's like 5'4" and I'm 6'2", and we're kind of built the same, so this isn't going to go well. So he turns around and tries to swing on me as if I'm the bad guy for trying to prevent him from breaking into my grandma's house. So here I am throwing fisticuffs with my cousin in front of my grandma's house while she's watching through the screen door, horrified because her grandkids are swinging on each other. And my cousin is screaming in my ear weird stuff about how like I wasn't a good cousin when I was little. Which, I mean, I guess true, but, like, I don't understand how that's relevant when you're fighting me while trying to break into grandma's house. And I'm not really, like, trying to fight the kid. I'm not trying to swing on him. He's just kind of following me around the driveway while I, like, try to back up. And every time he gets close, I'll, like, push him away, but I don't want to fight him. And so my grandma is now outside of the screen door, like, watching us, yelling, stop, stop, stop. And that's when my cousin just goes too far. Like I said, I haven't really been trying to fight him. All I've done is like push him and wrestle him a little bit. I don't want to fight my cousin. That's not fun. And then he turns around and he spits at my grandma, like towards her. And at this point, I'm like, dog, all right, I've been nice. You've tried to break in. You've done all this. Now you're spitting at her. She doesn't want you to get hurt. But at this point, listen, you're family. I'm allowed to beat you up. So I go up to him after he spits at my grandma and I tackle him and I hit him like once or twice. It's not a lot. It's enough to let him know that like, don't spit at grandma. And now he's crying. He's saying how I'm the worst and I'm a terrible person and he's going to tell his mom and dad all about this. Like, yes, my uncle being mad at me, an adult, is really going to hurt my feelings. I don't care. What? And also your dad's going to call me and say, you hit my son. And when I say, yeah, well, he spit at your mom, he's going to take your side. Probably because his parents are terrible, but that's another story. So whatever. He gets up and I walk over to my grandma to make sure he's okay, because he says, you know, he's crying, he's done, he's gonna tell his dad, whatever. I only need to hit you twice anyways. I don't want to fight my cousin. So I walk over to my grandma to make sure she's okay, because I'm fine. I mean, it's not like it really hurt that bad. He hits like a girl. But as I'm talking to my grandma, making sure he's okay, I don't know if this kid crawled up on me like the last zombie of the round or what, but he's on the ground and he bites the shit out of my calf. Like, hard, really, really hard. So I like scream because I didn't expect a human teeth imprint on my calf because he bit me so hard. And I turn, and this is really bad. I kick him in the head because he scared me. He bit my ankle, so when I turned, I just kicked. I didn't know it was there. I wasn't taking chances. What if it would have been a tiger or something? I've seen Tiger King. Those things are ferocious. I'm not taking chances. And when I kick him, he gets up and he's like, this is why I always hated you. Your family's so... Just crying. I can't even understand what he's saying. But something along the lines of, my family's poor. That's why we suck. He's always hated me. That type of stuff, you know. As if it's my fault that this grown man just bit me on the calf and is now crying like a little baby over the fact that there was a consequence. I don't know what you expect to happen. Call me a scientist here. If you bite somebody on the calf, they might hit you back. Just saying. So he freaks out and decides that he's had enough because my grandma tells him to go home. So he like angrily runs like a girl over to his Mercedes and hops in and goes home. And I look at my grandma, I'm like, are you okay? And she says, yeah, you know, he just came over and he knocked on the door and I answered. I thought he just wanted to see me. So I was talking to him through the screen door and he says, do you have my money? And I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he said that he knows that I have the Easter money for everybody. So why don't I just give it to him? And I'm like, okay, well, what'd you say? She says no, and then once she said no, he started trying to like open the door and come inside, was checking every window, and that's when she called me. So I guess my cousin is just nuts. I don't even know why it's so important. Like, he drove off in a Mercedes. Clearly, I don't think you need the $20 that grandma was gonna give you. Yeah, so that's how my Easter went. Hopefully, your guys was less eventful. My grandma is okay. I didn't touch her, by the way. I made sure of that. So, yeah, my Easter was very peaceful until my cousin left a bite print on my calf. It wasn't expecting how I expected to get anything on Easter, but, like, I didn't find any Easter eggs, so now I find a reason to go to the hospital and make sure that I don't have any, like, rabies or anything. I don't know what my cousin has in his mouth. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys had a good Easter. I know this story's a little bit shorter. I just don't really want to stretch it. I fought my cousin. That's all you need to know. Before I forget, I did get a call later that day from my uncle where he yelled at me and basically said that I was wrong to beat up his son, but yeah, it really doesn't matter to me because, like, it doesn't matter if it's wrong, dude. You're my uncle. I really don't care. I don't. But yeah. On that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Defend your grandmas. Make sure that your uncle doesn't try to sue you for getting bitten by his son, and you should be golden. If you enjoyed and you're new, I'd really appreciate you subscribing, pressing that notification button, and if you do, I'd shout somebody out every single day. Today's notification shout out goes to I'm a Bond. Big thank you for being a stud, and yeah, on that note, guys, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. Use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout. Follow me on Instagram at Scrubby, Twitter at Scrubby_69, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.